today this is Super Zombie Barbecue, and I'm here with a special video. It's actually a two-part video, and the idea around this is actually to show you the difference between what was my Road to Glory deck and what is my Road to Glory deck now. Now, this is actually going to go from the start. There's going to be 2 episodes, and it's going to go all the way up to Brock Lesnar, which is the most recent Road to Glory that we've had. So I wanted to start off by talking about, most importantly, the Sting Road to Glory. Now, yes, on the left hand side is my original Road to Glory deck. That was just after the Sting Road to Glory. So I was, doing okay. I managed to get a decent position in the most recent Ziggler Road to Glory, and yeah, I kind of wasn't the best, and I did take advantage of the difficulty being quite low. I did it in 2 days and got the Sting card, and I was really, really happy. And a lot of people say that you never put your deck up if you've got one RTG card. Dude, I was so pumped. I was so happy. I couldn't care less. At the time, what I wanted to kind of show is that I didn't just have what I have on the right now. I had to build this up from the beginning. You can see my low-leveled Rock legendary card, my low-leveled Rey Mysterio legendary card, my untrained at all Triple H card. Pretty much is like no, not trained at all. My fully leveled Eddie, but not pro'd. I actually had amazing Diva luck. I have to say that I had amazing Diva luck. So I was actually really, really, really happy with that and being able to get the cards I got. But this is the beginning. This is where everything started for me. So this is where SuperCard became a big thing for me, and this is why I loved Road to Glory so much. Unfortunately, it's not quite the same as it used to be. And hey, that's maybe my fault for kind of over expecting, but the fact of the matter is, Road to Glory as a series, as a game mode, has decreased massively in quality over the last few months and weeks, and it's getting a little bit disappointing. But we're going to move on from Sting and actually move on now to the next Road to Glory, which is actually surprisingly just after Christmas. And the first Road to Glory, by the way, was on Christmas Day. They announced the first Road to Glory, and it came out and it was an awesome hit. There are people complaining it was too difficult, people complaining it's too easy. It was just like everywhere. So the next one we're going to go to is Roman Reigns, where I had made a couple of changes to my deck. I now had 3 Survivor Pros, and I had my Reigns Pro as well. And I'd also managed to level up most of my legendaries and had a couple of, obviously, bet luck with a few of the Survivor cards. So I was actually in a much, much, much better place then. I was actually... this Road to Glory was far, far, far more difficult. I actually think I spent near to 7,000 credits trying to get to the Roman Reigns card. I had to pay +1s from the moment I got to the Survivor card, all the way from the Survivor card to the Roman Reigns card. It was horrible. It took a long time, but amazingly I got there, which I'm obviously very happy with. And this is that was the card I wanted the most. The Sting card was great. I thought, hey, Sting, he's an awesome legend. I hadn't really watched WCW too much. And Roman Reigns was like, I want this card. This is an amazing card. It's an up arrow. And to this day, I still think Roman Reigns for that tier was the single most important card of that tier, because he was such a rare up arrow. We're going to come off of Reigns and actually move on to Bad News Barrett. Now, I don't have a deck which shows the Bad News Barrett card available because of iCloud issues. So I'm actually going to show you what my deck was after the Batista Road to Glory. So we have this after the Brock Road PCC. I now have 5. No, actually, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Survivor Pros, which is awesome. And I have the Bad News Barrett card and the Batista card. The Batista card was where the difficulty started to wane for me, and I actually managed to get through most of the +3s, but I still had to do +1s towards the end. I think the second Batista card I was doing +2s from literally 50 points onwards. And there was cheat sheets and stuff like that where you could actually find people who had lower decks. I remember Mokai actually leveled down his deck to allow other people to play him, so he could actually help people out, which is super cool as well of him. My Mizdow down the bottom there, that was awesome. It's also weird to see all the silver stars on here. Makes you think that everything's misproed. So we move off of Bad News Barrett and move on to, again, Problems of iCloud. Meant that this part's a little bit shorter. We move on to Nikki Bella and, of course, John Cena. So moving off B&B, we now move on to the Cena deck that I had, which was then when we had the fusions. And you can see already at the Cena card, I already had the Nikki card. I had the Nikki Fusion, the Roman Reigns. I had my Survivor Fusion Cena, and my Dean Ambrose as well as all the original 4 Road to Glory cards. And I had a full deck of Survivor cards, not Survivor Pros, unfortunately. And I was still leveling up that Mizdow, which actually I took out of that team for Roman Reigns for that picture. Because I thought Roman Reigns I was actually going to get a pro of, and I ended up not getting anywhere near the pro of him. So that's Cena for you. We move, and I loved the Rey Mysterio card back then. I missed that card so much. And then with the 2 Blassies down the bottom as well. That's so rigged. Cena out the way. We now move on to Dean Ambrose, and this is actually the first ever stream I did. If you guys want to go back, way back in time, I actually put a link in the description. That was my first ever recorded Road to Glory from start to finish. And that's where I actually started to get to know guys like Ed, Copter, Lil G, and Dez. It was an awesome Road to Glory. That was before I actually met Kill Moose Kill as well, which is kind of crazy. And now it's a Survivor Plus Plus deck. How hard is it to get to WrestleMania Plus Plus now? And you got guys at Survivor Plus Plus that are maxing out. It's crazy. Yeah, we're going to get past to Dean Ambrose's deck, and that is this, which is almost a Survivor Pro deck. I'd leveled up Roman Reigns as much as I could, and I also had all the cards here. At this point, I was still weak in a couple of areas, and then move on to the final. This is the next Road to Glory, and this is where I'm going to cut off for the next episode. And this is the Bret Road to Glory card. This is the first WrestleMania card. Just going to remove the Ambrose image. And this is the deck that I used. I finally had a full deck of Survivor Pros. During that Road to Glory, I actually leveled up Rock to the top, and was able to then level up cards to get Bret Hart as well. This to date was the hardest Road to Glory that I had ever had to go on. Not because I couldn't get to the end. It was more that I had to face the likes of Jonathan's incredibly overpowered deck every single game in the plus 10s. And when it got to the end, I had to face people like Adnan. I had to face Turbo. I had to face people in plus 1s who should be plus 10s. It was crazy. And again, I've got the link in the description. Please check it out. It's worth it. But you can just see the difference between what it was and where it is now. We actually have Bret Hart on the screen. This is where I'm actually going to leave off, and I'm going to leave the first part of the series. Tomorrow's video is going to be all about the new event, whatever it is. If it's PCC and ring domination, if it's PCC, maybe potentially something special, not sure. If it's ring domination, then obviously this Thursday stream will still be happening. You know it's going to be happening. Obviously, I hope you guys liked the video. I really, really wanted to do this for a long time, but now is the best time to do it. With all the controversies surrounding me and the Brock card and everything else, it was just, I thought it was the right time to actually sit down and actually say to you, look guys, I had to work my ass off to get to this level. I didn't just, get everything just given to me. I had to work for it. And obviously the fusions helps. let's not lie there. This has been SuperZombieGBBQ. I hope you all have a fantastic evening and day tomorrow. And most importantly, so live that.